Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. So we've got this really cool looking can here of an IPA out of the Bold City Brewing Company out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. This is called the MAD Manatee IPA. It's got this really cool caricature of this manatee holding a propeller, which is obviously how most manatees get injured. Never had a beer from this brewery. They've got this cool thing about please recycle. This can end up. What else do they say? Please keep the contents refrigerated. The Bold City of the South, brewed in Jacksonville, Florida. So a lot of cool artwork on this beer. I've never had it before. I only have one. They describe it as a wonderful balance of hops and malt. This IPA is loaded with 4 hop varieties. You can expect a slight sweetness with the toasted notes, a wonderful floral aroma, and citrus, clean, crisp citrus finish. It is bitter as a Mad Manatee. So, with that being said, pretty boring description. 4 hop varieties. They don't tell you what they are. They don't tell you much else. It's 6.5% ABVs. I do not know the IBUs. I have looked multiple places and cannot find it. So, only one I have. Let's pour it out of here and see what we got. But I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I've read a few reviews very quickly. I think this IPA market is very crowded. But there's a lot of new breweries out of Jacksonville. And their flagship beers, just like most of the breweries around, are the IPA. So I expect good things. So let's take a peek. See here. It's got the kind of nice orangey color, very clean, very nice white head on it. It's pretty cloudy, not much carbonation. So we reviewed a beer recently, Hot Banshee from Jacksonville. There's a lot more carbonation. It was much more filtered. So this one is definitely not as filtered, less carbonation. Okay. Not much aroma either. Kind of has that, they call it the biscuity taste. It kind of smells very bready, fairly malty. You can smell some hops, but it's not very pronounced for an IPA. I would guess Centennial and maybe Cascade hops. Totally guessing. Those are 2 of the 4, maybe, that are in there, but it's not real fruity. Kind of a boring aroma. So let's hope the flavor is better. Cheers. Different. Yeah, so this is one of those. I'm on a roll here. This is one of those IPAs that I think are just going to get lost in the market. It's very boring. The aroma's not very good. You can definitely taste some good hops in there. But it definitely is kind of overpowered with that breadiness of the malts, which I think in an IPA is good and it has its place. But if you're going for an IPA, not a pale ale, I think the pale ales, that's where you would reserve those. If you're going to try to make a flagship beer out of an IPA. I mean, it's just okay. It's pretty boring. It's got this kind of... Yeah, this is one of those where it's like your palate is just... It doesn't get excited on any end. There's not a lot of sweetness to it. There's maybe a little bit of kind of like oranginess, lemon, lime to it maybe. But it just kind of has this kind of bland, malty taste to it. And the hops are trying to come through, but I think they're overpowered by too many other things. Because honestly, I think it's just one of those beers where, and I've seen this a lot recently with a lot of the smaller breweries. They'll dump in the 4 best hops on the planet, and they'll try to throw in these other malts, and the brewing process just isn't really intact and tight. And it's a good beer. It's drinkable. I would finish it, but I wouldn't buy it again. It's just not that exciting. Great label, great story. It's just in this market, in the IPA market, this would get gobbled up all day long, and it probably $10-11 a six pack. There's no way I'd buy it again. I would give this a 2, and our rating's going between 1 and 5. It's just, they're trying, good effort. They're trying to hit it. It's just not a very, very decent beer at all in the IPA market. So there's just too many other beers out there at a price point that I would bypass this for 5 years from now. So if you feel differently, if you've tried it, if I'm totally off the mark, I love it when you comment on our YouTube channel or our website. I upload all the time, and we appreciate you watching. So click like on the video if you like it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, microbeerreviews.com, and we will see you again real soon. Cheers.